Hi, guys. I just felt like talking for a second to verbalize how I feel about seeing some videos tonight myself. It was about people living in storage units, y'all. I know it wouldn't be something I'd want to do, but the guy that was showing the video was talking about how they lived when they was in the military and that they actually was living in converted storage units or shipping containers, And I've actually seen lots of beautiful homes made out of shipping containers. But it's just sad that the rents are so high in some places that people feel like that's their only option is to live in a rental unit. Because me, myself, my house, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, be looking like sometimes I'm moving because I took stuff out of my storage unit because it was getting too expensive, even in a storage unit, y'all. And the stuff that was in there was to move, to be shipped to the motherland. I had so many things that I wanted to do with it. Not to say that I'm not, y'all. Who knows? I might win the lottery or somebody may decide to pay for the shipping for it to get there. But anyway, y'all, that's neither here or there. We're not talking about that right now. But anyway, y'all, I have a tiny house in the Gambia on my land. And y'all, it's tiny, y'all. It was big enough to hold a bed and big enough to hold a little porta potty. And I leave it in there at night, and during the day I'd take it out. I'd empty the bag in the mornings, and if I needed to, I'd tie up a bag and put another bag to make sure it didn't have any smells in there at night. But y'all, you put the little poofery inside of it. It was a little dry poofery that you would put inside of there to cut down on the smell. It really didn't have a smell to it at all. But I just wanted to make sure, y'all, by tying it up sometimes. But anyway, y'all, I tell you that was my plan B. Because when I went over there and stayed for 6 months, I stayed at an Airbnb, and it was an arm and a leg, y'all. And even if you charge it, or if you just use your savings, either way, you gotta pay. It's not free, y'all. And even when you build your tiny house, it seems like it's reasonable price, but by the time you pay slowly by slowly for them to make the bricks, then the next person to do the roof, the next person to do the door and the windows, it adds up, y'all. So nothing is free. But even in the motherland, there's a certain size you have to stay within, so you don't need them to come and do inspections or whatever, and that you can be off-grid. So it's tiny. But next time, y'all, I think I want it bigger. Even if I need the inspection, I'm cool with that. Because I just don't like the tiny house like I thought I did. It served its purpose, y'all, but I think it'll be just fine to be a welcome center in the future, or just for people to see how a tiny house looks inside, Is it the answer for the world, building tiny homes? I don't know, y'all, because it seems like the rules change in different places in the world. Sometimes you have to be and so many square feet, and it has to be on wheels, all kind of rules, That's why I like to watch the tiny house series on TV, because they be saying different places, different rules. So I know once upon a time people thought that maybe the Earth ship would be good, where they repurpose the tires, and they made great houses, but they had limited use because of all the rules that people made up, because they want to be able to get taxes from people and I guess insurances and utilities and self-sustaining is just not commercial enough. And like they saying, and people love things to be commercial, That's what Bobby Womack say. They used to tell him about his music, that it just wasn't commercial. It wasn't commercial enough. So he had to sing what they wanted him to sing. So that's how it is sometimes, y'all. Tiny house, is it the answer for homelessness? I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? I heard that Section 8 is not accessible to lots of people anymore. And at first it wasn't that accessible anyway. You had to be on so many waiting lists just to be able to qualify. And me, myself, I've never been able to qualify for anything. Even when I first got married, y'all, my ex-husband was a college student, and I was a college student when we got married. And time we got married, I got pregnant. And I tried to get on where he worked, y'all, at the hospital where he worked, and they said that I made $8. Well, he made $8 too much because I wasn't working because I was pregnant, y'all. And they told me, "Oh, sorry, he made $8 too much." I said, "But ma'am, that's overtime check." And the lady said, "Sorry, doesn't matter. Sorry, it doesn't matter." And this was for an employee now that actually worked there. Going to pharmacy school and being a nurse and orderly at night. Y'all, I had to go to a private hospital and get a sliding fee because one of the ladies was so nice and said, "Baby, don't cry. Go to a private hospital, call around and see, because they may have a program that you qualify for." And I did. So anyway, thumbs up to St. Joseph's in Houston that saw me on a sliding fee when I really needed them the most. And then the ladies auxiliary paid for the babies part of the hospital bill because you have a nursery bill to pay, which is separate from your prenatal care. So that was nice of them. So I'll never forget that kindness. But anyway, y'all, I was just opening up the discussion to talk about how people are just treat the poor people so badly. That's a worldwide phenomenon. Seem like people just putting people out for being poor. They don't want them to beg. It's like, what are you going to do if they don't have social services where you are and you're not really trained to do anything and you've been conditioned by the social media Because almost everybody have a phone, y'all, that they can see something on the internet or somebody they know, let them look at their phone to see the internet sometimes. So you have a window of the world and you think that, oh, if I could just go there, life would be so good. It's the not just the American dream. It's the European dream. It's the Canadian dream. It's the even Mexico dream. And right now, people are even dreaming about leaving the USA and different places to reverse the dream that it's cheaper to live somewhere else, like Thailand or Africa or some other exotic place, as long as you have the money from the developed country to live in the developing country. I'm telling you, it's something else. I never thought I'd see the day that they'd actually be packing people up and putting them on the bus and dumping them across the border. In a developing country. Because everybody blames immigrants for their problems. If they took our jobs, they begging, and so they getting the money that I could have got begging. It's just too much. It's just too much. When the people that's causing the problem is not the poor, it's the 1% or the elite, no matter where you are in the world, because they always want something for nothing or for little as possible. So they're the ones that's going to hire somebody that accept the least amount of money. They're the ones that's getting sharecroppers and then don't pay them. Just say you got a free place to stay and grow your own food. The main ones trafficking people after they lie and tell them that they can get so much money if they just travel with them to another country. I'm telling you, the world is a ghetto. That's a worldwide thing. And I took that from one of the poets from back in the day, y'all. I believe that was War, the group called War. They said the world is a ghetto. I used to like to listen to them and the last poets. Y'all, let me know how y'all feel about it. Are we spiritual people having a human experience? Are you showing compassion to people, treating them like you want to be treated? I thought it was funny when I heard people say people want to call themselves Christians, but they calling Jesus a communist. Because he said that if someone is poor and you have 2 coats and they have none, that you should give them one. How can you be comparing Jesus to a Marxist when Jesus came first? And if he came back again, would they crucify him again or arrest him and deport him where he'll be locked up and won't let him out, as they say, just for being a good person and helping somebody out? Because now they talking about deporting people whether you're a citizen or not. Just trying to get rid of the people. Try to get rid of the intelligentsia and the compassionate people. Y'all, I don't know. I'm going to wrap it up. And I just want to hear what you got to say about this world. Because I tell my friend that the world is not getting any worse. Because in the first part of the book, one brother unalived another. And that was in the beginning, y'all. Didn't even get to the second part. Like they say, the New Testament. Old Testament is full of all kind of horror stories. But me, myself, I want to treat people the way I want to be treated. And I hope you do too. I don't know. I try to get rid of these shadows, y'all, but I need one of them little tripods. I guess they got the little circle light. I'll try next time to do better. But I just wanted to share with you guys how I was feeling. Until next time, I'll continue to treat people like I want to be treated. Try to empower the people that I can to self-sufficiency because I know I can't help everybody. So, anyway, love you all. Good night.